Exclusive, last minute, nobody saw this coming. Did the Lions just pull the quietest move of the week to lock down Jared Goff's blind side before Arrowhead? Why did Dan Campbell sound cautious about left tackle? And why are insiders whispering that a veteran with real snaps at LT is suddenly on Detroit's radar? If you blink, you'll miss it, so don't. Here's the promise. In the next minutes, we're going to connect the dots on the injury spiral. The real status of Taylor Decker, what the staff thought of Giovanni Manu's baptism by fire, why Brad Holmes is allergic to panic trades yet still acts fast when trenches wobble, the exact profile of the lineman they want, how he fits Ben Johnson's protections, what the short-term plan looks like for Chiefs Week, and what this would say about Detroit's Super Bowl intentions. All without spoiling the name just yet. Quick heads up for the diehards. If you live for O-line talk and honest, no-nonsense Lions coverage, you're in the right place. You're watching Lions News Fan Report, the home base for fans who are old enough to remember the tough years and hungry enough to demand rings now. Hit subscribe, drop a like, and let's keep this thing rolling shoulder to shoulder like a double team on third dash and dash 7 dot. Let single quotes S set the scene. The secondary got punched in the mouth by the injury bug, and that's already forcing new rotations. But the part that keeps coaches up is the domino effect up front. Your left tackle's health becomes a weekly question. Your rookie swing piece gets thrown into the deep end against an all-pro edge. And suddenly every snap feels like a lit match near a gas can. The Bengals tape was brave and gritty, but you don't want to live in hold-your-breath mode through October. Brad Holmes isn't reckless. Last year he made it crystal clear how hard it is to pry edge help at the deadline, and he hates renting problems. But he does believe in buying certainty when your structure is strong. Detroit's identity bully ball, play-action teeth, clean pockets on money downs, requires a floor at tackle. You can get cute at slot corner for a Sunday. You can't get cute at left tackle in primetime. So the profile on the whiteboard is simple. A veteran swing who has started on the left, who understands wide zone footwork, who can short set against power and not panic against speed, and who won't nuke the cap or cost a day 2 pick. You need someone who has walked into chaos and played grown man snaps without false starts and without turning every drive into second dash and dash 17 dot fit inside the scheme matters. Ben Johnson protects with motion, chips, and condensed splits, but he still asks his tackles to win on islands and obvious pass. The target needs a stable base, clean hands, and enough patience to sit on inside moves when backs release. Bonus points if he's calm in silent count environments, like, say, one painted in red and gold on a loud Sunday night. And yes, there's the calendar. You can talk yourself into an internal patch for 1 week. But the real season starts when the schedule stops giving you breathers. If you're serious about January football, you want a veteran repping with the ones now, not learning the cadence in late November. That's why this is heat tonight. It's not panic. It's sequencing. You've waited long enough. The name that checks every box and the one this staff has circled as the cleanest. Lowest friction solve for the left side question right now is a guy with real, recent tackle snaps and a history of stepping in without drama. The name is Kendall Lamb. That's the profile. That's the tape. And that's the move that makes the most football sense if Detroit wants instant stability without mortgaging anything. Now, let's be straight. As of right now, there isn't an official team announcement. This is a live read on the market and the staff's appetite. A veteran swing with left tackle starts, available at a price that doesn't insult future draft capital. The noise you're hearing around Allen Park isn't about splash, it's about trust at the edge of the pocket. Why him? Because he's exactly the kind of adult in the room you plug in when the house tilts. He's taken real starting reps on the left against top rushers. He's been the first call when injuries hit, and he plays with him himself. No hero ball, no panic. He's not arriving to be Trent Williams. He's arriving so the offense can be itself. He buys Goff that half tick for progressions. He lets St. Brown and Laporta finish routes. And he lets Ben Johnson call with 2 hands. Again, instead of living in max protect, There's also a familiarity. Clip on his reel, he's been through Detroit before in a preseason window. So the building isn't foreign. That matters more than people admit. The install goes faster. The language clicks. And if you're looking for how this plays in the immediate term, think of him as the clear break glass at LT if Decker isn't 100%, and the sturdy swing if Decker is good to go. If you want to get creative, jumbo sets and extra tackle looks get cleaner too. But what would it cost, and how would it happen? Nothing silly. You're not emptying pockets for a mid-season patch at tackle. You're talking about a low-impact acquisition, a minimal pick if it's a trade, or a simple veteran minimalist-style commitment if paperwork lines up another way. The value is the floor he gives you, not a long-term bet. Detroit has proven it won't get held hostage in these moments. The risk column is honest. He's had a back episode in his timeline, which means your medical room is hands-on and your practice ramp is smart. You don't throw him in the 70 snaps cold. You build him into the plan with protections and quick game emphasis. The reward? You pull the pass rush tee from opponents who smell blood at left tackle and force them back in the coverage shells they hate. Zoom out and think culture. This locker room is allergic to drama. They want pros. They want guys who show up, put their hand in the dirt, and do the job. That's what this type of move would say. We're not chasing headlines. We're plugging leaks and keeping the ship aimed at January. It's the same message Campbell sends every Monday. Don't blink, fix it, move on. So what happens next? Watch the transaction wire, sure. But more importantly, watch practice rotations and how the staff speaks about tackle depth during the week. If you hear, we like our options, we're looking, that's your tell that calls have been made. If you see jumbo tight end reps in the script, that's a sign they're stabilizing the edge while someone new gets up to speed. Either way, the intent is loud. Protect the quarterback. Keep the identity. I want to hear you. If this is the move, if a steady veteran swing is the answer at LT, are you in? Do you trust a plug-and-play adult like this for a month to buy time for Decker? Or do you roll with the kid and ride the roller coaster another week? Drop your take below. Be honest. Be specific. What would you do if you had the headset on Sunday night? My take, and I'll keep it simple. I like it. It's smart football. And yes, this is a speculation read, not an official announcement. But if the Lions want to keep the train on the tracks while bodies heal, this is the cleanest, calmest way to do it.